Them beautiful mountains of Southwest Virginia, where I was born and raised, and look what a beautiful place that still is, these mountains. There's nothing like it in the world. And you know, people ask me all the time, they'll say, hey, what's your favorite place to turkey hunt of all the states you've hunted? And you know what? It's still right here around home. I mean, this is where I just enjoy turkey hunting more than any place on the earth. And that's why I come back every single year and keep doing it no matter where I'm living at presently. We're going to talk about a little bit in this video about field hunting. Now, I know that there's been a few people that has to hunt fields because maybe you live in a lot of farmland. You maybe live in Iowa or Kansas or somewhere where there's just a lot of open and you don't have a lot of hardwoods like we do, say, around here. Now, we have fields around here, but this is basically about our fields. It's pasture land. But we're talking about, you know, fields like this or even bigger, like crop fields. And, you know, when you have to hunt a field bird, I've always said field birds are one of the hardest turkeys to kill. They really are. They are a nightmare sometimes because it's hard to get on them. You know, around here, you can slip on turkeys and you can move because you've got the right terrain. But man, there are some times when it is almost a nightmare to get on a field bird. But you can be successful hunting field turkeys, and I've killed several turkeys in the field over the last 27 years of turkey hunting these things. So I'm not a stranger to this. But how I approach field hunting is there's a couple things I do, and this may help you. One is I'm always looking at where the turkeys normally come into that field at. Now the turkeys may change. They may be here one day and over here the next. But if you'll really look at that field over, a lot of times if you know historically that place, maybe you hunt the same farm or you hunt around the same field quite often, and you know where them turkeys historically like to come in at, then that's the place you want to go at daylight and kind of be set up and be setting there. You don't want to be setting way back here if the turkeys, you know, normally come out here 80% of the time. 80% of the time, if they're back there in the corner, that's where you want to go. Now that 20%, they may be up here somewhere. You just don't know. That's turkeys. That's just turkeys being turkeys. But I try to find where the most heavily used area of that field is, like the sign, you know, the droppings, where turkeys just like to come out at, and maybe you'll find some strut marks or feathers, or you know, you just look around for some scratching that leads in the woods, a little bit of woods that leads into that field, and try to set up there because that's going to help you. Try to know that field. Again, it's all about knowing the turkeys that normally come into that field, if it's all possible. And something else I like to do when I'm approaching a field situation is I like to have the right access into that field. You know, field hunting, they can see you a long way, so you have to come in the right way. And if you have more than one or two ways to come into that field, then you want to pick the way that's the best way where they're not going to be able to see you. Don't just come popping over a hill because it's easier to walk, or just because you don't have to come around some brush, or you don't have to kind of crawl through some briars. If you got to crawl through briars to get to the right access, that's what you need to do, because it only takes one time for you to pop over that hill and they're gone, and your hunt's over for probably the rest of the day there in that field. So the right access and knowing where turkeys historically like to come into that field at is going to help you if you'll just stop a minute before you trace off, you know, and ready to set them decoys up or ready to set up on a field edge. Know the right access and know the right area where the turkeys come in, and I think that's going to help your field hunting a lot if you just keep them two things in your mind. Well, no turkey today, so we're headed out. It's quitting time. But hey, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Just click that subscribe button down in the corner, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, come over to my Facebook page. Just go down in the description, like and follow my Facebook page, and stay with me all year long. Check out DellOutdoors.com. Also, SpringFeverCustomCalls.com, where you can pick up my Signature Series box call and all the other great calls there at Spring Fever. Also, check out the Spring Fever official YouTube page that they just started. I'm going to put the link down in the description, and make sure to go over there and subscribe to them, guys. And I know that they'd really appreciate it. And let's help grow that channel also. So we're going to get out, and maybe tomorrow it'll be the right day, and something will come together for us. So you stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be back with a gobbler pretty soon.